Hi everyone, my name is Sheila and we're about to do a stretch body awareness class. Today we're going to start on the floor and let's have our legs straight out and just in a nice comfortable position, making sure that the divine flesh is out from underneath so your back is truly straight. We're going to take an exercise we oftentimes do on the floor, but do it sitting. So taking your left arm out to the side, I want you to bend that wrist so that you've got your fingers coming forward, and then pull that towards you so your elbow is coming to a bent position and your hand is going to your chest area. And then from here, we're going to push across and feel like somebody's grabbed this hand and pulled it across. So we're getting a twist in the body. And you're going to go as far as you can, but because your legs are straight forward, you do have a way to stop yourself from rolling there. And we're going to take the other hand and grab the long arm at the wrist, and we're going to take a nice deep breath in. And as we pull with the hand at the wrist, we're going to get a little extra twist in that body, opening up from the upper back area. And then again, ease off, inhale, exhale, and reach. Pull and see if you can twist that arm across a little bit more, really feeling that stretch on the left side of your upper body. And then one more time, inhale, exhale, and pull. And you'll have gotten a much deeper twist than you might have gotten without that extra pull of the other hand. And now slowly release that hand, allow that arm to go out to the side. And notice how much farther out you can feel that length and energy going through that arm. And let's take it to the other side. You may really even feel like this left side is completely different feeling than the right side. So let's even out. Right arm goes out. You're bending at the wrist, making your fingers come forward, and right away you can feel a stretch there. And then bringing that hand in as you bend the elbow, and keeping the elbow at the same level as it was, hand comes to the chest, and then crossing the arm over and allowing it to lengthen as much as it can. You will not be twisting your hips, but your upper body can twist, and then grab that wrist and take a nice deep breath in and try and pull that arm across, which makes your upper body twist towards this direction as well. And then ease off, inhale, exhale, reach and twist. See if you can get a little farther out there. Nice pull there. And ease off, inhale, exhale, and pull. See how far out you can get that arm to twist. Notice the stretching that's happening in that upper back area on your right side. Good. And then release, pull that arm back, drop the hand that was grabbing, release the arm out, and feel how it feels out there. With these arms being stretched in the back, you can almost feel like your hands are wings. We're going to take that one more time to see if we can get a little bit more of a stretch there. So the left arm's coming out. We're curving at the wrist there, bringing that arm in. Keep the backs nice and tall. And you are breathing through this. Allow that arm to stretch out. Now maybe this time as you stretch it out, you can feel that you can get a little farther out with that arm before you grab. Deep breath in. Exhale, pull and twist. This first time, you're probably going to feel like you get pretty far, comparatively speaking. Okay, ease off, inhale, exhale, pull, and feel the extra stretch that you get there. You may now be feeling a twist more in your spine. And then ease off, inhale, exhale, and reach way out there. Good. And then release it, let the arm come across. And again, just check how it feels there with that arm being a little more extended, coming out from your spine. Right hand goes out, bend at the wrist, increasing that stretch. Hand comes in as the elbow bends. Stretch that arm across. See if you can get a little farther out than you did the first time. Grab the hand, deep breath in, exhale, and twist. Keep breathing, keeping that back nice and tall. And then ease off, inhale, exhale, and twist. Reaching out. I really feel like I've gotten a little bit farther out there, and let's take it one more time. Inhale, exhale, and twist and reach as far as you can. The help of the hand that's grasping the wrist will get you a little bit farther out there. Good. Release that, let the arm carry out, and reach to the side. Good. Let's bring the other arm out, keeping the backs nice and tall. And let's squeeze our shoulder blades together. Inhale. And then reach the arms out. So we're lengthening even more. Inhale, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And reach out. Good. Let's take 2 more of those. Inhale, squeeze. Feel the shoulder blades come forward towards each other. And then out. And then last time, squeeze. And reach out. Good. Let's bring our arms down. We're going to lean back on those arms. And you can have your fingers facing towards the front or else to the back, whatever works for you, but your elbows are back. And you got a slight curve in your back there. Don't let the shoulders come all the way up. And we're going to take a similar kind of stretch through the legs. So we're going to bring your left leg up. And we've got the knee right in front of you, and then we're going to fold that leg over. So we're getting a bit of a twist in the spine there. And come back up to an upright position. Breathe in. Exhale. Allow that leg to roll, your hips roll, and you can feel where that stretch happens in your lower back. And come upright. Let's take that 2 more times. And bend over to the side. And come upright, inhale, and last time, bend it over. It may feel easier this last time. And come upright, good. Leg goes up, let's shift and take it to the right. So the right knee is up, elbows are bent, and we roll it over. And this first time, you want to go to what feels comfortable for you, and then upright. And your elbows are gonna bend a little bit more as you tilt that knee over more. So allow that to happen. And then come back upright. Breathing in. Exhale, twisting. Now maybe your hips can get a little bit more stacked up evenly. And then come upright. And let's take that a last time. And knees go over as you tilt and feel that stretch that's happening in the lower back. Excellent. Coming back upright and bring your legs out. We're going to come back to the left knee being bent and adjust your hands however you need to. And we're going to go over to the side. And from here, we're going to flex this top foot and bring it over onto the floor. And from here, you might need to adjust your arms. That's fine. Shoulders are down. We've still got a curve in that back, but we've got a real nice fold over here in the hips. In fact, let's just rock a bit here. So we're going to rock our hips over and back and rock over and back. Excellent. 2 more. Rocking over and back and rock it over and back. Go back into 1 more rock over, and here's where we're going to start to press out with this flexed foot. Other leg can be nice and relaxed in terms of the foot position. So we're pushing that heel out on a diagonal, and we're really stretching out. And here we get a nice twist and stretch through that spine and then lengthening through that leg. Ease it off. Inhale. Exhale. Push it out. Good. And release. It should feel good. And 2 more. Push it out. Reaching out through that heel. Ease off. Inhale. Last time. And exhale. And press. Lengthen out there. Good. Coming back. Let's roll that leg back. And let's give our arms a break for a moment and sit up tall. But just notice how that left side feels different. It might feel like that left leg is longer. You may feel taller through this section of your body. Let's work with our shoulders just to, as I say, ease out those arms. We're going to lift the shoulders up and down. Spines are long. Lift and down. And lift it up and down. Good. And lift and down. Shoulders go front, forward. So you're opening those shoulder blades again. Working with that and then squeezing them here as you bring the shoulders to the back. And opening front and back. 2 more. And front and back. Good. And front and back. Excellent. Coming back into our curved position with our backs here. And our hands are being supported however you want to put those hands. And from here, let's bring the other leg up. So you've got your right leg coming up, twisting over, feeling the stretch, bringing the leg over as you flex it here. So we've got it tilted over hip position. You might need to adjust those hands to help you maintain this position. And we're gonna just ease off the hip back and then come forward. Good. And back. And push over. 2 more. And back. And push over. And last time, coming back and push over. Making sure your position is nice and solid, shoulders are down. We're gonna flex through that foot. Other leg does not have a formed foot, and you're pushing that heel out. So you're gonna get a little bit more of a twist. You'll feel your hip going towards that heel, and you're lengthening out through the leg. And ease back through the hip. Inhale. Exhale, push out. Feeling the length that happens in that leg, and feel that in your back. 2 more sets. Release. And breathing out. And release. Last time, inhale. And exhale and breathe out. Good. And then slowly come back, rolling the leg over, and then sitting up tall, getting the divine flesh out from underneath you. And just notice how long your legs feel, how connected they are to your torso, and then how much you might have gotten stretch in that lower back area as well. Let's work with the feet, flex out through the feet, rotate the legs out at the hip. You can put your hands at your hip, and then rotate and cross them. Rotate out. This time, as we rotate in and cross, make the other leg go in front. And rotate out, just getting a little movement in the hips. And go to the first foot going in front. And then rotate out and reverse it so the other foot is coming out. Good. Coming to upright position, let's push through the balls of the feet and toes. Toes and flex. Push through the balls of the feet and toes. And toes and flex. 2 more. Push through the balls of the feet and toes. And toes and flex. Last one. Push through the balls of the feet and toes. And toes and flex. Rotate the legs out. See if you can sit up even taller. If you need to, again, check that the divine flesh is out from underneath your derriere so your back can be straight. Do so. And let's go through the balls of the feet and point. So repeating what we just did in a rotated position and flex. Push through the balls of the feet and point. And toes and flex. Push through. Push and point. And toes and flex. Last one. Push through the feet, through that ball of foot, and then toes. And then toes come up and flex. Good. And then just release and shake the thighs out there. Hands go behind in that position that we've been working with. But this time our back is more straight. We don't have a curve in the back. Flex the feet. And we're just pushing through the right hip, lengthening out. And return. And left. It's kind of like walking as we're sitting on the floor and allowing the upper body to twist. And we have 2 more sets. Reach it out. Good. And shift to the other side once more in each direction. And over and out. Good. And over. Push. And come back to your upright position. Let's point the feet, sitting up tall, crossing the legs. One leg is in front and the other is behind it. And there's space between your heels and your torso, because I want that back to be nice and straight. Hands on the knees. We're going to curve through the lower back. So we're pulling our lower back to the back of the room as we engage the abdominals. So we're getting a little curve in that back. And then we're pushing through the hips and arching through that back. And we're going to take that 4 times. So we're curving to the back. It's very wave-like curve. And we're not necessarily trying to involve the head that much, although the head will react. It's just to really talk to that lower back. Curving, breathing back, push through, and coming upright. And let's take that one more time. Curving, pushing back, and undulating. And up. We're going to twist and take that to our front knee. So our upper body is facing the front knee, backs are straight. Lower back undulates to the back, pushes back, push through the hips, and roll. And you may find that your head does reflect this, but we're not having to really exaggerate that movement. It will be very little. 2 more, and curve to the back, Just trying to warm things up there and lift. And of course, this is actually engaging the hips as well, to the back and come up. Good. Come to the center and let's switch legs and go back into the straight center position. Back so straight. Curve that lower back. Pushing through, undulating, and coming up. Now you may find, because your back is getting warmed up, that you're getting a little bit bigger range of motion, which will then cause the head and the neck and the shoulders to react a little bit more. But the leader is that lower back moving. And your fourth one, curving to the back and coming upright. Good. Staying upright, twisting to the other knee. Now it's your left knee. We're going to work with that back, going to the back on a diagonal and pushing through. Good. And we have 3 more, curving to the back. Because we haven't done this to the left, you may find that you feel like you have less range of motion here. And coming up, let's take that one more time. And curving to the back, you're engaging the abdominals, sending that back out on that diagonal line, and then pushing forward and come upright. Coming to the center, let's take it once more and involve as much of the spine as we can. So from here, deep breath in, exhale, curve, and go way back. Allow the head to drop. Go way, way back here. Then pushing through the hips and undulating up through the back. And feel how that ripples through the spine. And 3 more, curving on that exhalation. And then pushing through and come upright. 2 more, breathing, exhaling out. And coming upright. And once more, and curve. All the way as far back as you can. Good, feeling that stretch. And undulate. And come upright. Excellent. Okay, let's bring our legs back out to a straight leg position, but you've got a bit of an angle here between, making sure that you're right on top of those sits bones, and we have our flexed feet. And we're going to roll over with our upper body, rolling to the left here, and then pushing through the hip and feeling that stretch that goes all the way from this back shoulder as it twists around and out through the heel. So it's a real full body kind of diagonal stretch there. Good. Coming back, rolling that hip back and allowing the body to go into your neutral position. Coming to the other side. Upper body is switching and going to the side. And now we're going to roll and push through that hip all the way so that you feel the connection of that back shoulder and the left heel. So pushing out with the foot and back with the shoulder. So you've got this twisted X feeling. We're going to take this 3 more times in each direction. Coming back, upper torso, twist the hip, push it out and away, and it rolls over. You might find that you can get a little bit more in your upper torso twisting to the back there. And hip comes down, upper body comes back to your neutral position, twisting the upper body and pushing the hip and the heel of the left leg as you get this twisted X stretch here. We have 2 more sets coming back with that hip. Rolling the upper body around, pushing the hip away, pressing out through the right heel. Shoulders are down, elbows are bent. You're supporting yourself with your hands, trying to find a good twisted stretch there for your spine and also lengthening through your leg here. And again, twisting the upper body to the side, hands shift, push the heel away and the hip away, and see if you can get a little bit more of a stretch out there. And coming back, we have 1 more set. Adjust yourself so that you can, this 4th time, really lengthen, pushing away with that heel, rolling that hip slightly, and then twisting to the back as far as you can go. And then coming back and release, come to neutral, pass through it, switching to the other side, push the hip away and reach the heel away. And you may find that one side does feel different than the other, and you may be stretching differently from one side to the other. And then coming back and come to your neutral position. Let's point the feet in this position. Again, realigning ourselves, backs up, and let's twist to your right. We're going to take the right hand and bring it with the back of the palm against the outside of that right leg. Feet are pointed, other hand's behind to help you, and we're going to slide the hand along that leg to increase the stretch in the leg, but also the twist in the spine. So we're going to go down as far as we can. Heads drop, nice and slow, nice and easy. So we'll be feeling stretch in the right hamstring as well as a twist in the upper body. And then coming back up, sliding the hand, twist. Let's take it to the other side. So we've got our back of our left hand here against the left leg. The right hand against the left leg. And using the back hand to help balance, we're slowly sliding, nice and slow. Twisting, feeling a stretch in the spine, but then as we continue to go down over the left leg, we're going to find that we get a stretch in the left leg, in the hamstring in the left leg, back of the leg there, all the way down. Really reaching the hands out. And then coming up, we're going to take that several more times. Coming around, shifting the hands back of the left palm against the outside of the right leg, sliding, feet are pointed still, reaching, trying to go out as far as you can, nice and slow, because there's many different places that you're going to be feeling this. All the way down, see if you can get the arm a little bit farther over. If you need to have your knees bent in this position, that is fine. Reaching way out there. And then sliding up. And let's come to the other side. So you may notice that a lot of the stretching that we're doing in this early part of class, as we slide out over our left leg, is a twisted or sort of a diagonal kind of stretch. One of the reasons why I'm focusing on this today is that we don't often do these diagonal stretches, and they're a very basic and important structural twist area that needs to be opened up and have any blocks released. And coming up right, and we're going to take it now with flexed feet. So as you pass through the neutral position, flex your feet, and then continue on. And also this structural X that I'm talking about is also an important aspect of our energy systems. We want an X to be happening through our bodies. Reaching way out there. And then coming up. Just as we all know that the left side of the brain connects up with the right side of the body and vice versa. This kind of action here happens in your energy systems as well. They're sort of crossing over in a figure eight kind of way. And so by doing this kind of stretching, we are helping to increase the health of all our energy systems. Reaching out, letting that head be loose. And then come upright. And we have one more set with the flexed feet. And twist, change, breathe in, and slide and reach. All the way out there. Going slowly so you can really feel what's happening in the body. And both hips are staying on the floor as you do this. Reaching way out there. And come upright. And let's take that one more time to the left. Twist, slide, reach, over, and breathe. All the way down. And then coming back upright. Excellent. And then let's come up, neutral, bring the legs together, beat the thighs. You may feel like you can really sit up a little bit taller because of what we just did. And let's go over to the side here. We're going to lie down and take a Feldenkrais exercise to, again, continue that sort of tilting through the hip area. So our knees are bent, we're supporting ourselves here. There's a little space underneath our waist area. We're flexing that top foot, breathing in, and exhaling in, pushing and sliding that foot along the floor, using your hands to help you so you'll get a curve in the back. But I want you to feel the length that happens there with the leg pushing the hip away from you. It should feel pretty nice. And then come back and release. We're going to take that again. Deep breath in. Exhale, pushing out, sliding. You might be able to get a little farther out. You are using your hands to help push you there, letting that head drape. Hip way out there. And then release and let it go. Let's do it a third time. Deep breath in. Exhale, drive, push, and way out there. Again, your hands are helping you, and you're really pressing that leg out through the hip. And from here, take another deep breath in. As you exhale, see if you can push that heel a little bit more so you're getting a little bit more exaggerated stretch. Notice where you feel this. Should be in the back and the side body, as well as possibly the legs. And then come back down and rest. Good. Rolling yourself up in that same kind of way with your hands. Let's shift to the other side. So we're trying to help our spines get extended and more mobile without shocking it as we come up. Here we go. Top leg is flexing. Deep breath in. Pushing out. Now this first time, be mindful of what is working well for your body. Go as far as it feels right to you. But you're letting the body curve over with the upper torso area and head. And release and drop it down. Deep breath in. Exhale, push. Maybe you can get a little farther out. You can use your hands to help you. You notice this curve in my torso. I'm not trying to come up towards the leg. I'm going away from the leg. Feeling that opposite pull. Heel away, hip away, lengthening through that lower back. And release. And let it go. We have a third time. Deep breath in. Exhale, flex and drive out through that heel. Maybe you can get a little bit farther up with your body, pressing with your hands, and feel that heel and hip really reaching it away against the floor. And we're going to take another little deep breath in this position. Exhale and see if you can increase that push with that leg. So it will feel different from one side to the other in terms of how far the leg can go out, but notice what's happening through this part of your torso. That's what we're aiming towards, is pushing out through the leg. So we're getting hip and core area there. Good. Release and then gently allow yourself to come down and settle. And then once again, we're going to push ourselves up by letting the hip go away and rolling your body upright. Good. And let's come back to a bent knee position here. Sitting up tall. And let's take a direct side stretch with your upper body. Elbows going down. So we're reaching the arm over. You go as far as you can. Enjoy that nice stretch there. And from here, we're going to breathe in and we're going to push with the bottom arm. So we've got two straight arms here. We're straightening that top arm and we're straightening the bottom arm, pressing the hip down. And you may find that you get a little more stretch in that side body. But now we're going to ease off and allow the arms to bend and curve. Breathe in. Exhale, push. Maybe slide that bottom arm out, the hand out a little bit more so you can be with straight arms with that long line stretch a little farther over to the side. And repeat. Bend, elbow comes down. Keeping the opposite hip on the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Push it out. Straighten the arms. Shoulders are down so they're not up by your ears as you lengthen with straight arms down to the floor and up on a diagonal line. Last time. Bend and soften over. You may get a little farther over. Inhale. Exhale, press and lengthen. So I'm actually farther over to the side than I was the first time we had the straight arms. Good. And then bend the elbow. Let's put our hand on the knee and do that same sort of undulation up through the body. Excellent. Let's take it with the other leg in front and going to the side here. So we're getting the elbow down. Be gentle as you get it there because we've lengthened that side out so much. And bring this arm out and over. Opposite hip is on the floor. From here, deep breath in, exhale, and straighten the arms. Lengthen them out. keeping the opposite hip pressing into the floor. And you notice I'm not that far over because we are still in the process of stretching out the side body. And bend, lowering gently, and reaching the arm over, and this arm is softened as well. Inhale. Exhale. This time, maybe you slide the bottom arm out a bit so you can increase that stretch. Still, the opposite hip is staying down. Long line. And bend and soften the top leg, keeping that opposite hip on the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Third time, reaching out, maybe sliding the hands a little bit more. Arms are straight. Feel the side body stretch. It could be quite extreme. You might feel like you've got some heat moving through your body. And then bend, dropping over at that point, softening the top arm. Inhale. Exhale, and slide. And see if you can get a little farther over. And you will notice the difference that you are more over to the side here than the first time you straighten the bottom arm. Good. And let's soften and let everything go. And then put the hand on the knee and undulate up through the spine to an upright position. Good. Keeping the backs nice and tall. Let's work through the rib cage. So we're going to push the rib cage out to the right and then over to the left. Because we opened up that side body, you may feel that you can really push the rib cage out a little bit more than you might have otherwise. And over to the left. And pushing over to the right. Good. And over to the left. We have one more. Shoulders are down. And to the right. Excellent. And to the left. Good. Come to a neutral position. Let's press the chest forward. Now this is the first time we've really started activating the front of the chest in this way. Shoulders are back. It's like we're pressing the chest directly forward. Maybe you feel a little opening through the shoulders here. And then reversing that, we have done some of this motion with the shoulder blades working away and getting a little bit of a concave position in that chest. Pushing through, reaching the chest forward. Let the head move if it wants to. And then pushing back. Good. And coming forward. Chest forward. And back. So it's the rib cage that we're working here. And chest forward, letting the upper body extend to the front and then to the back. Good. Come to your neutral position. We're going to take some figure eights. Again, that crossing over with the rib cage. So if you need to adjust your spine again, you can do so. We're coming to the front, circling around to the side, to the back. Come through the front and then come around and go to the other side. So we're really working a figure eight position. Forward and curving around to the back. Really isolating through that mid and upper chest area around to the left. 2 more sets, breathing, coming to the front. Circle around all the way. And then again, coming to the front. Circling around. Nice and slow, so you're really working into each of those areas to the front. Circle around, shoulders stay down, your arms can help you here. And then to the front, and circle around, and to the back, and come to the neutral position. We're going to reverse that. We'll start to the left, so we're going to go to the back, really focusing on this back half of that circle, around to the front. And then push through to the back, rib cage is leading, around. Good. And front, push through to the back. Rib cage goes over to the left and around to the front. And push back. And circle around, coming to the front. We have 2 more sets in this backward figure eight motion to the back, around to the left. And we're breathing through this whole thing. Front and push to the back. Good, around and to the front. 1 more set and push to the back. Coming around to the front. Excellent. And all the way back, breathing, circling around and coming to the front and neutral position. Excellent. All right, let's bring our legs out. You may feel that you can actually breathe a little bit more deeply because of that loosening up through this part of your body. And with our legs stood straight, let's open up a little bit more again in the lower back. So our hands are to the side, we're gonna flex our feet. We're gonna push our hip up to the side here. It's reminiscent of what one of the positions that we had before. But we're now going to slowly push that hip down without letting our bodies go with it. So you'll feel this little opening here. And coming up. And pushing it down, elbows are bent. Really see if you can keep the body more over to the right as your left hip goes down. And lift up. And push it down. So we're isolating that side body hip area. Good, one more time. Lift it up and push down, slide, keeping your upper body over to the right, so you might get a little bit more over with that upper body as you press that left hip down. Good, coming up right. Let's take it to the other side. So we're rolling, adjusting our hands here, lifting the right hip up, and now keeping our body to the left as we press that right hip down, feeling a little bit of work in the spine and lower back in the sacrum area. And lift up, shoulders are down, elbows are bent. Exhale, see if you can move the torso a little bit more to the left as you press that right hip down to increase that stretch. And 2 more sets. Lift up, breathing in, exhale, and press, really press down with that right hip as your torso is going over to the left there. And last time, coming upright, inhale, exhale, and coming down, and press the hip down. Good. Coming up to an upright position, let's beat those thighs out and release them. I'm going to turn to the side, and we're going to take some full forward stretches now that we've really opened up this whole area and also your upper spine as well. So the feet are pointed, legs are parallel, arms up. Breathe in and lift and fold from the hips. So we're going over the hips to feel that you're going through the spine and all those places we've already worked. Hands come down, drop the heads down, and just hang. Taking a deep breath in, let's exhale and allow the upper body to hang and drop over the legs. And your hands may come forward a little bit more. Breathing in. Exhale and walk your hands forward a little bit more towards the feet if you can, feeling the length in the body. Make sure that head is nice and loose. 2 more sets. Deep breath in. Exhale, slide and reach with the hands. Breathe in. Last time, exhale, reaching the hands. Elbows are still bent, trying to fold from the hips. So you're really lengthening through the back and feeling stretch in the hamstring there. And then slowly roll up by walking hands towards you. You're going through your middle back as you come up, upper back, shoulders and lift. Good. Let's bring our hips a little bit closer to our feet. And we're going to hug our knees and get our backs nice and tall. And we're going to start to just rock with our feet, pointing the feet, rocking back, coming down, and rocking back with our heels on the floor and your toes lifted. Drop down, coming forward and point back. Drop down and flex. So we're doing a little rocking and getting a little action through the feet. And down, and rock back, and down, and point, and down, and back. Let the legs be pointed here, bring them up, and we're going to slowly roll by hugging our knees into us, down on our back. So we're just rocking and rocking. And we don't have to come all the way up. We're just trying to get a little bit of a rocking action, starting to engage the abdominals a little bit here, and rock back, and lift. And if you can now, let's see if we can exaggerate that. So you're going a little farther forward and up, roll back, and up. 2 more, roll back, and up, and roll back, and up. This time, let's roll all the way back and just settle there, bringing your knees into your chest. Putting the back leg down, hugging this knee into your chest. We're going to rotate the leg out. So we've got a flexed foot, and we're going to place the back of the ankle of that front leg against the bent knee that's going straight up to the ceiling. We're going to take both hands, lift them up to the ceiling, inhale, put them onto the hip joint here, and then push out along the leg. So you're pushing the knee back away from you as you have this rotated position, and you're going to find that you really are getting a stretch in that hip. And you're really making sure that the supporting leg underneath you, breathing in, hands up, exhale and slide, pushing into the crease of that hip and pushing out. You're making sure your supporting leg is really maintaining an upright position so it can hold the back of the ankle of this leg we're working on. 2 more sets. Breathe in. Feel the hands go into that crease of the hip there and pushing out. And you're going to find this interesting sort of twisting opening in that hip area. Your upper body will be tilted towards that leg. Inhale, exhale, push. So again, we're getting sort of a modified X position going across. And you notice my back shoulder is lifted a bit to help increase this stretch through the hip area. Good. Release that, bring the leg in, release the foot, and just hug that knee in. And now let's take the front hand to the inside of that knee that we're working on and open it out to the side. So we're opening up that hip area once again in a slightly different way. And then come back into the chest. And slowly but carefully and gently open up that front leg to the side to see if we can get a little more stretch in the inside thigh there. You might want to hold your other hand on the supporting hip to make sure you don't roll. And come back in. We have 2 more. Opening out and stretch. Breathing. And coming back in. And knee to the chest last time. See if you can hug it in a little bit closer to you and open up in with the knee a little closer to your body. So you're getting a little bit more of a stretch in the inside thigh there. Good. And coming upright. And let's put the foot down and stretch it out. Flex the foot and we'll push the hip away from our heads so that your hips will tilt and you've got a lengthening through that leg. And release and press it out. Push, push, push and release. So we're really focusing on the hip joint here through these series of exercises. And once more, press it out and release. Good. Bring that leg up and just notice how it feels in terms of the hip area compared to the other leg. So let's make sure that we have reset ourselves so we're really straight over our hips here with our shoulders. And bring the other leg up and flex that foot out. And we're bracing the back of the ankle there, lifting the arms up. Inhale, we're going to press our hands into the hip joint and then slide. And here you're going to be able to see a little bit better how I'm letting my torso twist to the bent knee position to help give it a little bit more force into that stretch. And then come back up, hands lift, inhale, exhale. Pressing into that hip joint. Sliding the hands, you're really trying to push through that hip joint to open it up in a way that we don't do any other time than doing an exercise like this. And 2 more. Breathe in, press, push, sliding. Letting the upper torso go over slightly to that side so you can really push into that leg. And we have 1 more. Deep breath in. Exhale, press, push, and slide. And notice how this feels. This is very different than most kinds of stretching exercises in that hip area. Good. And release. And from here, you can release the foot, bring the knee into the chest, and really tighten it in, feeling how maybe much more easily it can come into your chest. Wrapping that back hand around the inside of that knee. The other hand can go to the hip here to stabilize you, and you're pulling with the hand so that you're opening up that bent knee, feeling the inside thigh stretch there. And then come back into the chest, breathing in. Exhale, pulling and stretching out, opening out through that hip area. And coming back in. 2 more sets. Inhale, Exhale, maybe hug the knee a little bit closer to your chest so that you're getting a little bit different stretch on that inside thigh. And coming upright. And one more time, deep breath in. Exhale and pull and stretch it out. Coming back into the chest. Hug it in. You might be able to pull it a little bit farther in. And let's put the foot down. And we're going to stretch that leg out and flex that foot. And push out with the hip. So you're going away from your head, tilting in the hips there. You can feel that tilt and release. And again, push it out, tilt and release. Good. And two more. Push it out. Feeling what it does in your lower back. And release once more. And press and tilt. Good. And bring it back to neutral. Let's bring the legs up. We're going to hug the legs together, the inside feet next to the inside of the foot there. Your feet are together. And then rotate out, lifting the heels up, resting on the little toes there. And you'll notice you've got some nice stretching through this area because of what we just did. Let's add to it by sliding the hands out, keeping the heels lifting, and bring the arms out along the legs. Good. Bringing the legs together once again, so that the inside of the thighs are hugging and the feet. Breathe in, exhale, press the heels up. Maybe you can press the heels even more up this time, resting on the little toes. Hands slide and open on that inside thigh and hip area. Good. And then take two more of these. So you closed everything up. Inhale, exhale, lift the heels up. Pressing the heels to the sky, and then hands go out and slide and open. And let's take that once more, closing it up, breathing in. Exhale, heels come up as you rotate the knees out, slide the hands out, and feel the opening that's happening there in that whole inside thigh, hip area. Good. Coming back up, let's bring the knees together into our chest. If you can clasp them with your elbows, that's great. Otherwise, you can just hold with your hands. And from here, let's just rock slightly to one direction, trying to feel our lower backs on the floor. And then holding the knees into the chest, we're going to rock and go through to the other side. So what we're doing is basically sort of pushing the sacrum area along on a horizontal line across there in your lower back, just to ease out any kind of tension that you might be holding. So we've gone to the first side, and now we're going to return and go back to the other side. It's very slow, but it should feel really quite nice. And as you're breathing, you're helping the muscles to release and let go. Let's take that a couple more times. So we're going over to the right. And breathing. Obviously, you don't want to fall to the side, and then come back and come to the other side. Good. And then reverse it one last time over to your first side. And then coming up and moving to your final side. Good. Let's come to your neutral position, hands on the knees, and then lift your legs up slightly, rock yourself up to an upright position. Good. We're going to shift our focus a bit and open up our upper chest by being on our bellies here. So come to the floor, however you can, and bring your hands behind you here, so they're right at sort of bosom level, and drop your heads down. And just to get the legs moving a little bit more, let's take both heels, lift them up to the sky, and curl the toes underneath. Deep breath in, and then push out through the legs. So you're stretching the legs out there. So you're lengthening through the heels, and you'll be engaging the abdominals. Try to bring the abdominals in, so you're really feeling a stretch through that leg. Release and let them go. Curl the toes under, press the heels up, deep breath in. Exhale, stretch out through those legs and keep them nice and long. And release and drop them down. We're going to do two more. You can rest your head on the
your forehead on the ground. I'm just lifting up so I don't distort my voice as I lead you through this. Press out through the heels, really engaging your abdominals. And release and down. And let's take that once more. Curl the toes under, breathe in, exhale, and press. So you're stretching out through those legs, feeling the length that you've created, and now you're extending it a little bit more. Excellent. Release and drop. From here, we're going to work with our arms and our upper body. So from here, deep breath in. Exhale, push up with arms. And you're going to try to come to as straight a position as you can. If your elbows are still bent, mine are, that is absolutely fine. Shoulders are down. We're lifting our head up so we're feeling the stretch to the neck. And all the way from our bellies up through our chest there. And then rolling down. We're going to go slowly rolling down here. So you really feel the action of rolling your front torso into the floor, heads down. Breath in. Exhale, pushing up. You may find the second time you can get a little bit more of a straighter arm position. Lifting the head up, feeling the curve in the back, but the extension in the front of the body. And then rolling down. And again, we're trying to control this. Yes, this will impact some of your tricep muscles in your arms. And drop down and release. 2 more times. Deep breath in. Exhale, rolling up, pushing with the hands. Pushing, stretching, feeling that front of the body getting a nice stretch. You might be able to get quite far up. The hips will be off the ground. And then rolling back down again. Nice and slow, control it. And release. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Push, roll, stretch, lengthen, lift. Getting quite a bit farther up than we did the first time. And then rolling back down. Nice and slow. Good. Release it. And let's let our arms drop to the front. Bring the hands now in. We're going to push back. And let's go into a child's pose. Pushing those hips back. So now we're reversing this curve that we had before. The lower back's getting a nice bit of a stretch there. Let's come up. Hands support us. Press the hips down. So it's a variation of what we did. Because we stretch the front of our body, you may find that you can really let this move. Extend. And then come back up, rolling through the spine and going to child's pose. Arms may be quite far in front of you. Coming up. Breathe and press and release. Coming up. We're going back into child's pose and drop back. Again, lift, breathe, press. Upper body comes to an upright position. Lengthening through that belly, coming up, over, lengthening through the lower back, through the side body. And we're going to take that once more. Coming up, lift, press the hips forward, lift up. And come up, pressing back into your child's pose. Let's soften the arms, so bring the arms a little bit closer so the elbows are bent. Excellent. Bring the hands in towards you and roll up through your spine. Good. I'm going to turn now so that my head is towards you. You don't have to do that. Whatever works for you. Hopefully you can see everything I'm doing. We've got our legs out towards the back there, and our arms are out to the side. Let's bend our left leg to the side, foot to the floor, knee to the ceiling, and then bend right leg, foot to the floor, knee to the ceiling, and settle out into your back. We're going to increase a little bit more stretch in your hips by letting the knees both drop over to your left, so your right leg is on top, and just in this twisted position, which is reminiscent of some of the things that we've already done in class, you're going to feel a bit of a stretch here in this side body, maybe in your back. We're going to increase that by pressing that right hip up and off to the diagonal as your right arm stays on the ground. Now you may find that you've got a lifted right shoulder, but you're really pressing through that right hip. And then let's ease off. Inhale, exhale, press and stretch. And ease off, inhale, press and stretch. Really pushing through the hips so you're getting an increased stretch from the knee all the way up to maybe your right armpit. And release, inhale, exhale, and press and stretch. And release that down and come to your neutral position. And notice how different that side on the right side from the hip to about your rib cage feels compared to the other side. So let's go to the other side, dropping the knees over to the right. Left hip is going to be on top. And from here, deep breath in. Push that left hip off to the diagonal. So you're going to get a little more of an arc on the left side. Maybe your left shoulder comes up. Ease off, inhale. Exhale, press and let that hip go way off as far as it can. It might be tilting your body a little bit more. Ease off, inhale. 2 more sets, press and push. Really enjoy how far you can get. Ease off, inhale. Exhale, and press out through that hip. Excellent. Again, you're getting sort of this diagonal line here through your body kind of stretch. And ease off and come back to your neutral position. And notice how much more even your whole body feels. Now I'm going to scoot a little closer to the wall because I'm coming off my mat, but stay right where you are. And in this bent knee position, let's bring the right leg up to the ceiling. So we're going to bring the leg up, bend it, bring it up straight to the ceiling with a foot point, and flex out through the heel. Push through the ball of foot and point. Ball of foot and flex. Keep going. Ball of foot and point. Ball of foot and flex. 2 more times. Ball of foot and point. Ball of foot and flex. Repeat. Ball of foot, point. Ball of foot and flex. Now with the leg straight up there, you're going to rotate out at the hip and come to a parallel position. Rotate out. Come to a parallel position. Rotate out. Come to a parallel position once more. From the hip, rotating out, your foot just reflects that. Come to a parallel position and then bring the leg down. Let's take the other leg up. Left leg goes up, supporting with the right. Foot is pointed. We're going to go ball of the foot and flex. Push through the ball of the foot and point. Toes come up, flex. And push through the ball of the foot and point. Repeat. Ball of the foot, flex. Push through the ball of the foot and point. And ball of the foot and flex. Ball of the foot and point. Flexing the foot, we're going to rotate at the hip. First time will be a little shaky. And come to parallel. And rotate out. And come to parallel. Rotate out. And come to parallel. And rotate out. And come to parallel. Good. Bringing that leg down. Let's ease the legs out by opening through the thighs. Same thing that we did before, so that we've got an open position, heels are lifted, and you're bouncing on your toes. And then bring the legs back up. Reach the right leg up to the ceiling, flex the foot, rotate out, holding on to this side with your left hand on that hip. You're going to open the leg out to the side as far as you can go. Feeling the stretch, but also feeling the strength that you have to exert to be able to make this work. And then we're going to bring the leg up and come to an upright position. And we still have the heel flexed. So we're reaching out through the heel, nice and slow. Go to what works for you. You're supporting yourself here with your left side hand and come up. And this is some work on the inside thigh there. And let's take that 2 more times. While we're stretching, there's also some strengthening that's happening here. Reaching out and using the inside thigh in this rotated position to help bring you up. You might find that your leg shakes a bit because you're working pretty hard. And reaching out, and notice if the leg is able to go a little farther out, this 4th time, and coming upright, using the inside thigh, and then rotate parallel and come down. Let's take it to the other side. Left leg comes up, flex the foot, Right hand goes on right hip, rotate the leg out. And pushing out through the heel, go to wherever you feel comfortable, increasing the inside stretch there, but also working the core and getting some strengthening. And then flexing the foot, pressing it out to help bring it up in that rotated position. Your supporting leg should be as straight as it can be up to the ceiling. Sometimes it wants to slide up to the side. And reach it out, maybe get a little farther out and come back in. Really feeling the heel reaching out. Reaching out with that heel. Now notice how much you have to work in the core to be able to maintain yourself from falling over to the side of the leg. And come up and notice how it feels so much better once you can bring the leg up and not have to work the core so hard. Let's take it one more time. We're reaching out to the side. Everything is helping you. Arms on the floor helping you. This hand's helping you. And you're using your core muscles as you bring that up. Good. Coming up right, come back to parallel and come down. We're going to bring both legs back into our chest, hugging them in. However, if it's with your elbows or with your hands, just to ease off there for a moment. And now we're going to extend our stretch to the side by bringing both legs up. Flex the feet, rotate them out. We're going to push out through both heels as we open up and control it. So you're really helping both legs work at the same time. You're going to notice you get a deeper stretch in the inside thigh. Hands are going to go into the inside of the legs. If your legs are bent, go to your place of stretch. Wherever it is, it's the valid for you. So from here, we're going to push through the balls of the feet again and point. And toes come up and flex. Repeat. Push the balls of the feet, point. Press through the balls of the feet as the toes lift and flex. We have 2 more sets. Push through the balls of the feet and point. And toes lift and flex. Good. And last time. Push through the balls of the feet and point. And toes and flex. Use the hands to help slowly guide your legs up as you use the core and the inside thigh to help you with that position. Let's take it one more time. Pressing out through the heels. Your hands can help guide those legs out and increasing that stretch. This time we're going to circle our feet. So we're going with the big toes, creating circles. And again, keep going. And you're going to notice as you focus on the ankles and your feet, your legs may start to release a little bit more. So you're getting more of an inside thigh stretch. We're going to take one more circle in this direction and breathing. And then come in and reverse that circle. So now the little toe is leading that circle. Try to relax through the shoulders and allow this stretch to continue on the inside thighs. Still breathing, circling those feet. Excellent. And now let's come to a flex position. Once again, pressing out through those heels. Hands help guide as you use the inside thighs and the core muscles to bring those legs upright. Come to a parallel position, bend the knees, and put the feet on the floor. And let's roll to the side. So my knees are bending, I'm rolling to the side, and we're doing that lovely draping up position to come upright to help our bodies not shock that spine. Okay, so once again, sitting up tall, we've got the divine flesh out from underneath us, backs are straight, and we're going to repeat that sliding through twisting exercise that we did, but we're going to do it with our legs together, which will give us a little more stretch in the hamstring. So we're twisting towards the right. We've got the back of the left hand along the outside of the right thigh, and we're twisting by pressing. So we're feeling that twist in the spine, but you may find that you can get really farther twisted and slide out along the legs a little bit more. And as I say, in this position, you may find that you get an added stretch to that right hamstring. Heads are down, feet are pointed. And then sliding back up, let's switch to the other side. Long spines, twist back of the hand against the outside of the thigh, and slide along the left. And reach, let the body go down and over. Feeling the added stretch to that left side, heads are down.
And coming upright. We're going to repeat that. Feet are still pointed, twisting, sliding the hand, lengthening, reaching out. Nice, smooth, long line. And coming up, allowing the twist in the torso, and then coming, twisting, sliding to the other side, reaching out and down. Sliding back up. And you probably already guessed we're going to flex our feet and repeat that twice in each direction. So we're sliding and driving down. Now with the flexed foot, you're going to get a little bit more intense stretch. And coming upright. Twist, slide, work it out all the way down, lengthen. And coming back up. We have one more set in each direction, twisting it, sliding it, driving it out, letting it go, lengthen, and drop, and coming back upright. Switch, twist, slide, and dropping down. And coming back upright. Excellent. Let's come to a neutral position and let our legs come to a comfortable position, whatever that may be. Getting your hips back so you're really stacking up on those sits bones. You may find that you really feel much taller. We're going to continue with a little bit of those crossing overs just to get into our energy systems and make sure everything is crossing and keeping you in ultimate health, physically, mentally, emotionally, and energetically. So we're going to take our left hand and put it on our right shoulder and slide down to our opposite hip and then do it to the other side. And again, this is building on that concept of one side of the body connects up with the other side of the body. Here we go. And come over. And let's take that one more time. Coming over and coming over. We're going to take one small little exercise with our eyes in our eye area. Oftentimes in the winter, I find myself squinting a little bit more. So this helps to relax the eyes. So we're going to take one hand, and you can be the left or the right, and you're going to start right at the top of your nose there and drop down over the eye and around, and then come through and go to the other side. So again, we're creating a figure 8 position here. You may find as you do this that all of a sudden your tension in your eyes starts to release. You may find that your eyelids relax, your eyes themselves, maybe your eyebrows, and the muscles around the outside of the eyes there. Let's take it once more, circling around and circling around. Good. And then open your eyes and let's drop our heads down. Circle around to your right. We're going to take figure 8 patterns the same way that we just did around the eyes and drop down. Allowing the neck to relax and the head to start to feel like it also is part of this whole crossing over from one side of the body to the other side. And around, breathing. Notice what's happening in the neck, both the front and the back. Drop down, going over to the right. Lifting up and dropping down. And coming over to the other side. And come to your neutral position and open your eyes. I hope you've enjoyed this class. It's been a little bit different and obviously focused on crossing over. But you may feel that your whole body feels a little bit more lengthened and stretched, and you may feel more alert because we've emphasized this crossover pattern. So let's end class with reaching our arms out, lift up, breathing in, putting the hands together and bringing them down into your heart chakra area. I very much enjoy doing these classes, and thank you so much for joining me.